Paris has to be the most beautiful city in the world. And every time I go, I do the exact same thing. The touristy stuff. Yes, I go to the Eiffel Tower and Notre and Sacré-Cœur and all of the beautiful locations that will never, ever go away. But there are so many other things that you can see in Paris that are just as beautiful, less frequented, and extraordinary. I base a lot of my decisions in this video on the fact that French architecture is beyond compare in the world. It's breathtaking. And I also base my ideas on food too, but that's just me. So what I'd like to do is take you through a little tour of what I feel are the 10 most underrated attractions of Paris. Hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to make a comment. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you can get future notices of more information. Thanks so much, and I hope you enjoy this presentation. Oh, and one last thing. All of the photographs that you will see were taken by me. Hope you enjoy. Number 10 is an adorable pedestrian walkway called Rue Crémieux, and it's located about 4 or 5 minute walk from the Gare de Lyon. It's filled with rainbow color houses, little flowers, and everything that makes you happy and makes you smile. It's a spectacular photo opportunity, and it's well worth the trip. Located directly across from the Musée d'Orsay is the Museum of the Legion of Honor and Orders of Chivalry. Now it sounds boring, but it really, really isn't. First of all, it's free to get in, which is always a good thing. And second of all, it has the most extraordinary jewels and medals and military awards that you could possibly imagine from all over the world. It's a very small museum. It won't last you more than about a half hour, but you can see things from Zimbabwe and Mongolia and Tasmania. The jewels encrusted in these awards are just phenomenal. And in all honesty, it's just as much for a girl as it is for a boy. I think you'll really love it. Coming in at number 8 is the Museum of Romantic Life in Paris. Doesn't that sound charming? It's actually just a tiny little museum where you can get a glimpse into what the lives of the Parisians were back around the turn of the last century. Lots of little statues and beautiful furniture, but primarily of interest is the courtyard with the little cafe. It has an assortment of yummy treats, and it's just charming to sit on a quiet afternoon and read a book. Le Musée Jacques-André is situated on the Boulevard Haussmann, not very far from the Opera House as well as the great shopping at Galeries Lafayette. It is a privately owned museum. It's stunning inside, and it hosts a plethora of beautiful artwork and furnishings. The most beautiful part of the museum is the staircase and foyer, which is unparalleled in the rest of Paris. As an aside, the cafe, yes, of course I'm mentioning the cafe, is absolutely exquisite. It's small but elegant, and the food is just delightful. May I suggest the strawberry tart? C'est magnifique. Now I'm sorry, number 6 is yet another museum, but this one's not quite exactly like the others. It is the Fondation Albert Kahn. I struggle with whether I'm supposed to say these things in French or English to you, but you get the point. It's the Albert Kahn Foundation, and it's located on the edge of the Bois de Boulogne, and this museum is a combination of museum and garden, and the garden is the extraordinary part of this museum. They do have photographic exhibits that are absolutely stunning inside, but if the weather allows, go outside and enjoy these gardens. The roses are incredible. There's greenhouses and just wonderful ponds to walk around. And incidentally, the koi are so large and tame, they will actually let you pet them, which I think was pretty amazing. Yeah, I'm not touching any fish, but it is definitely a joy to spend an afternoon in this garden. It's so tranquil, you'll love it. Number 5 is a little different. It's the flower and bird market. It takes place on Sunday mornings, and it's at the Île de la Cité, which is where Notre Church is. It's about a 30-second walk from the church. People come from all over the world to buy seeds from this flower and bird market. There are all sorts of birds, gifts, antiques, and flowers. Lots and lots of flowers. And that's my favorite thing, so I enjoy spending some time there every Sunday morning. Number 4 is the Rodin Museum. It's located at about an 8-minute walk from the Eiffel Tower. It's a beautiful garden and building that has many significant works of art. It's a very compact location. Within it, you'll find the Kiss, the Thinker, yes, I said the Thinker, one of the most popular works of art in the world, and the Gates of Hell. The combination of the architecture and the gardens is amazing and work well together. It won't take long to get through this museum, but it's well worth the trip. The Petit Palais is another museum. I know, I like museums, but they're really worth looking into. But anyway, the Petit Palais is very easy to find because it's across the street from the Grand Palais, which is the exact same thing, just bigger. Get it? Petit, grand. In any event, it is this super cool museum that houses both transitory and permanent exhibits, but it's the museum itself that enchants you. The halls are lovely, the ceilings and floors are spectacular, the staircase is to die for. The little garden on the inside is so pretty. It's this tropical foliage garden where you can grab yourself a croissant or a pain au chocolat and a cup of tea and just spend your whole life there if given the opportunity, because it's that spectacular. The Grand Mosque, or La Grande Mosque, as the French say, is located in an out-of-the-way corner of Paris. It's close to the Jardin des Plantes, but realistically there's not a lot around it, and it's a giant walled fortress. Upon entering the fortress, you'll be asked if you would like to stay for a tour. If you do take the tour, be advised your legs must be covered. If they're not covered, they will put a giant scarf around you, or giant sheet. What you need to do is you need to go into this place. Serenity found. That's the only thing I can say about it. I took the tour. It was in French. They might have an English version. Even if you don't take the tour, walk around. You find this extraordinary inner peace in this building, in this facility. You just realize that it is peace. There's no other way to say it. It's well worth the trip. It's so stunning inside, and the history is just marvelous. I hope you really take the time out to go see this magnificent venue. May I have a drum roll, please? Number 1 is Chapelle. I don't care what anyone says, it's the most underrated place in Paris. It is this stunning example of Gothic architecture, a stone's throw away from Notre Dame, and it is absolutely beautiful. It was built by Saint Louis, King Louis IX, to house the crown of thorns. The lower chapel is very plain, very shabby looking, but you climb this narrow flight of stairs to this top and you see the most extraordinary stained glass you've ever seen in your life. Over the past decade, they've cleaned it, so it's beautiful and it's pristine clean, and the light that comes through it is just amazing. If you go anywhere at all in Paris, go see this place. It is the epitome of stunning. After I finished my top 10 list, I thought it over and said, well, there are about 47 more places that I'd like to talk about. Like the Love Wall, or the zoo, or the street art of the 13th arrondissement, or the most extraordinary bakeries you could possibly ever imagine in your life. So I think there have to be a couple of follow-up videos to go along with this. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed seeing 10 of the most underrated locales in Paris. And if you have a chance to go visit one or two of them on your next trip, you won't be disappointed, I promise. Thank you so much for listening to this video, watching this video, and if you like what you saw, or if you have questions, please feel free to leave comments. I can go on and on and on, and everybody knows that. But this is just a little touch of the beauty and the glory that I call my home away from home. Merci et au revoir.